Hello fans! Sarcastic Dragonite here today, here to talk to you about exciting news. Generation 6 is here, Pokemon X and Y. Who'd have thought that it'd come out so quick after Black and White 2? Black and White 2 has hardly even left, well, it's left me entirely, but I know that other friends of mine are still working on things like Joint Avenue and the Battle Subway and stuff like that, and they're already pushing this game, especially since we got Mystery Dungeon coming up so soon in March, and it looks amazing. And I'm going to show you why right now. Because we have nothing other than this trailer I'm about to show you. And everything is speculation and theories and evolutions and... Gen 6. Yeah. 6. So here I am looking at the official Pokemon X and Y announcement. And we're just going to play this video and we're going to watch it through. And we're going to do just a little bit of a... Oh, this is really loud. Let me turn this down. Here, of course, is Pikachu right off the bat. Let's put it to 360 just so it'll play better. Pikachu right off the bat here, of course, is going to promote the next Pokemon game, as all Pokemon games have ever been promoted by Pikachu. Is going to come in and make a... Oh, why is it muted? See, I'm not ready for this video. It's going to make an announcement about showing big news to the world. Now, if you pause it right here, you can actually see that she's standing on top of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. So I wonder if that has anything to do with the story. You'll see her lightning streaks go across the world. This is, of course, is a symbolism to this Pokemon game being the first to release simultaneously around the world. As you remember, with Pokemon Black and White, the games came out a few months in advance in Japan, whereas they came out, I forgot when, in the United States. But, again, this is going to be across the world at the same time. The problem with Black and White 2, they found, was that people were already playing and finishing the game on Japanese translated emulators before it even hit American shores. So they were pretty worried about that. It is going to be on the Nintendo 3DS. Oh, I want to go back. And this is obvious. This is for obvious reasons, because they have the system, they have the capability, why not? They wanted to wrap up their Gen 5 projects on the DS. Here we get our first look at our protagonist. Has this messenger bag, of course, is going to hold your stuff. Has sunglasses. We don't know if they're going to be wearable. That'd be pretty badass. But as you can see, this is much different because this is your character in the overworld. He will walk. Here you can see people. Right? You're going to walk into those trainers. They're going to be trainers. Here's a sign telling you about Route 3. Like, this is a fully 3D overworld reminiscence to Animal Crossing. And I really like that direction. Here's some obvious jumping puzzles here that look kind of cool. Maybe will get complicated later. This is the female protagonist. There are names that are speculated and not confirmed by Nintendo. And as you can see here, you complainers of 3D, this whole segment is with the 3D off. You can get all of this without the 3D. Turning on the 3D is simply just, it's player choice. Who cares? So this is our first look at the female protagonist, long hair, red hat. So here we are again with the Eiffel Tower. Now, what does that have anything to do with anything, is my question. So, I mean, will this take place in the real world? There is no announcement for a region. Maybe it takes place in a region you choose, and the Eiffel Tower is just there. These buildings do look reminiscent to France, so maybe you actually can go to Paris. And you can see, oh, just back a little bit. And you can see here at the bottom of the screen. Let me go back. You have no more. There is no more bike. They figured that if they're going to go with a more realistic approach, that they would take the bike out of the picture. Now you have rollerblades. You're just running faster. It's similar to a bike, but you are on rollerblades. There's no more bikes. There's no putting a bike in a bag. It doesn't exist. And that's probably to blend in with the realistic environments here, because when you get off of your bike, like with the sprites, when you get off your bike, it just disappears. But with this, there will actually be animations for pretty much everything, so they don't want your bike just disappearing on you, so they obviously went with rollerblades. Here we have a very interesting picture. Most people like to not point this out. We have a statue here. Here is Golurk, obviously. Here is Seismitoad, or Palpitoad, and there is another Pokemon here, if not a person, so we can distinguish two Pokemon in this picture, but seeing as it's awfully blurry, maybe if I tried to turn it up to 1080p, we can see it a little bit better here, yeah. So that might be a gym leader, that might be anything really. That looks like an Eevee, actually, if you really look into the middle of the screen. Let's enlarge this. That looks like an Eevee. It's definitely a Palpitoad. That's definitely a person. It's either a person or a Pokemon. That could be anybody. But the thing is, they're really not trying to show any new Pokemon. So, alright, swag. So they're not trying to show any new Pokemon as much as they can, it looks like. I was hoping that maybe we could get a glimpse at a new Pokemon in this statue. But you're wondering, if this is a gym leader, why would the gym leader have a Golurk, and a Palpitoad, and then an Eevee? That's not a gym leader based on a certain type. That's a gym leader based on Pokemon he likes, which is something new. This looks like it's set on Tatooine, so I don't know what to think much of this, but this is a desert environment, obviously. And it's reminiscent of the Treehouse City in Gen 3. I can't think of it right now, but let's keep moving on. And now we're introduced to our starters. The Grass-type Chespin. I don't think there's any other way to pronounce that. But as you can see, Chespin here is reminiscent of Bidoof, but wearing a hat. I kind of like that. So here is the 3D modeling of Battling, obviously very changed. Here he's hitting Magikarp with a Solar Beam. But here is the different one. He's fighting Golurk, and that is clearly Night Slash. That would not be any other move that is in the games now, which leads people to believe that there are subtypes to this game. Fennekin, a Fire-type Fox. There's her using Flamethrower, and then her using what looks to be Confusion or Psychic of some sort. God, it goes so quick. Leads people to believe that it's a Fire Psychic, which is making people very excited, because even though you don't see the evolution, you don't have to assume firefighting right now. And most people are sick and done of the firefighting, and trust me, I am too. And here is Froakie. Some people like to say Froakie, but no, it's Froakie. It's a frog. I'm sorry, I'm excited. It's a frog. It's gonna be Froak. So, yeah, here's Froakie using what looks to be Water Gun, and then using a physical attack, so that leads people to believe that it's a water fighting, which is definitely a new step in the direction for the starters, because there is now no longer a balance of rock, paper, scissors, because this grass dark type can top a... where is it? God, this is confusing. A grass dark type can definitely top a... I was in the middle, wasn't it? A fire psychic type. So there's no more rock, paper, scissors. You can take your rival on with your starter Pokemon, because most people like that. Most people like going back to your roots in a really long end scenario, where it goes right back down to your guy against another guy, and we have not seen anything for rivals right now, but if your rival has a Pokemon and he obviously picks stronger than you, you're going to want to show him that your Pokemon is stronger, just because it's a nostalgic feel that now you're both champions, and that's what kind of takes away from the rival experience late game in Red and Blue, is that when you pick Charizard and your rival Blue picks Blastoise, you're not fighting him with your Charizard, because your Charizard will get wrecked by one Hydro Pump. You're fighting him with your Magneton or your Raichu or whoever you have. So it kind of takes away from the it all comes down to how it started kind of feel. But yeah, people are really liking this subtype idea, because now there's no longer a Triforce balance of power. And now we move on to running into wild Pokemon. Is that my... Wait a minute. Is that Rosa? No, go back. That's Rosa! No way, that's not Rosa. Well, no, go back! I'm pretty excited about what I just saw right now, though. Come on. That looks like Rosa. Anyone want to confirm this in the comments? This looks like Rosa, does it not? Plus she's following behind you. That does look very much like Rosa. I'm pretty happy about that little tiny itty-bitty spoiler in there. Does that not look like Rosa? Oh, crap. That's gotta be her. My Rosa from Black and White 2, that's gotta be her. Just look at her. What do you think that's all about? I don't know what that's all about. And I'm gonna make a post about it here in a little bit. Let's go over there. Where's my recording area? What's going on? You're all seeing a Dragonite post. I actually did not notice this before I went into making this video. Almost typed in black and white. That's probably not how you spell protagonist. Oh, I guess it is. I wonder if anybody notices this. I don't think anybody does. I think I'm the first person to notice this. Oh, that's awfully. But yeah, does that not look like Rosa? It does. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Running into wild Pokemon. This looks like a really cool feature. It zooms in on the Pokemon. You can get a good look at it. This will get really old really fast. This is one of the parts that I'm kind of nervous about because it is going to get old really fast when you have to run into Pokemon and that thing pops up all the time. Here's a look at Gym. Or this isn't Gym. This is no, this is a Gym. And then this is another battle animation. Oh god, I'm still on 1080. You can't see shit. Whoops. Whoops. I just can't help but think that that's Rosa. Like, holy shit. That's gotta be Rosa. That can't be anyone else. So here's Pikachu popping up out of the grass. That's gonna get really old really fast. And then that's a Gym, fire animation, probably Fire Blast. Some more gyms. We don't like to talk about that. Looks like the Elite Four of some sorts. And then here's the legendaries. Now this is going to be the Y legendary. Is some kind of vulture of sorts, some kind of giant falcon, shaped like a Y, obviously. It's hard to speculate with legendaries what they will be because if you base them on color, this one looks like a fire type, but it looks like a dark type to me. So it might be a dark type of sorts. But then again, I don't think anybody thought that Zekrom was going to be an electric type. And then here's the X legendary, is a giant stag. I'm liking this legendary more. Even though I'm not really the kind of guy to go for like the deer legendaries in Gen 5, I like this one much better than the other one. So that's it. Pokemon X and Y. Coming worldwide October 13th, 2013. That's funny. So what we got there is pretty much all we got. I'm glad I was able to find that little tiny spigot of my Rosa that suggests Gen 5 implications. Maybe we get to go back to Unova. Ever think of that? Bet you never thought of that. Unova is probably the worst region to go back to because we go back to Unova like every game now. So going back to Kanto is a no because they've done that. Going back to Johto is a no. Going back to Hoenn, that's something that would be amazing. Why make Gen 3? People have been pushing Gen 3 remakes now. Why not go back to Hoenn? Maybe that's something you put in your game. I don't know. What do I know? I don't know anything. So that'd be pretty sweet. But the idea here is that it's the evolution of the Pokemon franchise, and we can see that. This is going to take it to new heights, and hopefully this will get, like, real hardcore Pokemon fans to see it and go, wow, I need to show this to other people, and then they do. And it's just, it has a different feel than Gen 5. Gen 5, it seemed like they were trying to leave behind every progress they had made, whereas this, you can see old Pokemon in it, and this looks nice. I'm really excited about this. Gen 6. There's already fan art of my favorite starter, just from looks. Chespin is the one I'm going to be picking, is my future starter. And Chespin, he's the first to be shown in the video. And as you can tell, I mean, when I first saw it, I kind of looked and I went, oh, yeah, alright. And then I saw Fennekin and Froaker, and I was just like, it's going to be Chespin. It's been Chespin since I saw it this morning. Everyone's excited about Fennekin. Not me as much. And my friend Han is excited about Froaker. Not me as much. Chespin's my guy. I'm definitely picking Chespin, and I'm going to be thinking up nicknames. So yeah. Some fan art of Chespin right here. And then this adorable little GIF here. And then this here. I mean, there's already, like, fan art out of these. Like, good fan art. And this has not even been a day. This hasn't even been, like, 8, 9, 10 hours. This is ridiculous. People really get to work on these. So, excited. I'm excited. I have to buy a 3DS, though. I don't have a 3DS. So, I'm going to have to start investing in that. This is going to be one of the biggest games on the 3DS. I believe that in every sense of the word. And yes, everybody says, yeah, there's going to be a third one, Pokemon Z. Yeah, there will. For the legendaries, I'm definitely going for this one here, the Stag. I just like it a little bit better than the Vulture, but, you know, it might change. It might change. We have months and months to get new news and whatnot. So, hey, just wait. Just wait. Gen 6!